All right, we're back here at Shipper Racing Services. I'm Ethan. This is Lucas, and we're here with the 1995 Ralt RT41 that we've already nicknamed Guillermo. This was a Lynx car. I've recently purchased this car, and we're gonna do a full recommission on it and bring it back to Lynx livery. And make it look just like it did when Mamo Gidley won at Milwaukee. And I was a little older than you, Lukey, but not a whole lot older when I saw this car win at Milwaukee in '98. So, what would you like to talk about today, Lucas? What would you like to learn about?
I want to that.
That piece is called a fuel filter. Okay, so it's a filter. You know you understand what a filter is? You know what that means?
Does it have like gas in it?
Well, it does have gas in it, but a filter is something that cleans or well, it filters out things, okay? So liquid flows through a material and it catches all the bad stuff. Okay, so the gas comes up out of the pumps are inside the tank, it runs through that hose, and then right through that filter right there, and it goes back to the fuel rail and gives you nice clean fuel to go inside your engine so that your injectors don't get all screwed up and everything runs really good. So that's what that is right there. That's called a fuel filter. But there are filters for oil. Okay. Sometimes there's filters for gearboxes, gearbox oil. There's all sorts of different things. Air filters. These are all things that run through filters to make sure they're nice and clean before whatever they're filtering gets inside the engine. Okay. What else? What else would you like to learn about?
I want to learn how the car like goes really fast.
How it goes really fast? Well, that's the biggest thing there is power to weight ratio. Okay. So if you have a nice light race car and a lot of horsepower, it's gonna go really fast. Okay. But answering how a race car goes, oh, that'd take a lot long. That'd take a long video. And you said you didn't want to do a long video, right? Yeah. So basically, you make sure everything is as light as possible, and you make sure your engine is running nice and clean and strong, and your car is going to go fast. Okay. What else? What else would you like to ask about?
Also, like, how does the steering wheel
How does it turn?
connect to the
That's a
wheels?
okay. That's a good question. So you're turning the steering wheel right now, and the wheels are turning. So there's a piece called the steering column. Okay. So here, let me show you this. So the steering wheel, oop, bonk. The steering wheel has a piece called a quick disconnect, and then it attaches to this piece right here, which is called the steering column. Okay. So when you put that on there, like that, you turn that, and the steering column runs all the way up here on the very front of the car. There's a part called a steering rack. Okay. And that has a bar that looks like this, and then the steering column has a pinion that sits like this. So you're turning the column, and that moves the bar left and right, which then moves these guys. These are called toe links or steering arms, and they connect to here, and then that turns the uprights, turns the wheels, just like that. You got it. Meow meow. What other parts do you want to learn about?
Like, why do you need all these buttons?
Well, hopefully you don't need a lot of the buttons, but these buttons are so. This is an original dash system from when the car was run in the '90s. It's called a Pi System 2. Okay, and so this one changes the mode on the dash. This one changes the channel, so you can look at different channels because this one you can look at one channel at a time. This is a fire system button. You push this if the car is on fire, so you hope that's not happening. This is your rain light. This one turned. They have a secondary data system over here, which is like that's like straight out of NASA, in 1970 or something. That's called the Commander system. They don't make those anymore. And then there's your starter button. That's your brake bias. That's your ignition. And then somewhere over here, there's a knob. And Ricky Cameron told me that was an ignition timing. So that would basically change the way the engine ran. So that's what all those things on the dash do. Okay. Anything else you want to learn about, buddy, on this cool little race car? No. This is a pretty neat car, buddy. I'm really excited to do this one. I was a little bit older than you when I saw this thing run.
Like 8 or 7?
A little bit over 10, but yes. Pretty cool, though. Pretty cool to be able to have a chance to work on a car like this. So, gonna look forward to it. All right? Say goodbye, Lukey. See you next time.